Hi, in the previous video we talked about how to basically determine whether a particular list is a sublist of another list or not in Prolog, right? Now this particular video will be a smaller one. Now in this video we will try to see how to basically create reusable list in Prolog. So one way is to we can store our list inside our knowledge base, right? In that way we can again and again access that particular list in our Prolog programs. Now how we can store a list in our Prolog programs? Like we cannot just directly define a variable something like this one. So let's say I have a knowledge base and I'll just write something like x equals to some list like a comma b comma c. It will just not work, because this equals to is a assignment operator in Prolog, right? So if I just try to compile it, and okay, let's give it a dot as well, what it is asking it over here. Save it and let's try to compile it, and if you see, like, it is basically treating this equals to as a static procedure over here, right? So that means we cannot directly assign a list to a variable in our knowledge base. So how we can define a list which can be reusable? So the best way is to create a clause over here. Let's say I want to store the month names in our list, right? So I can do something like month list. You can create this one, and as a part of this one, so basically as a part of this complex term, the input I will define it as my list over here within square bracket, all the month names. Let's say like Jan. So I cannot give capital because capital will be the variable name, right? So let's store it in as small only, Jan, Fev, March, something like this one over here. So I'll just copy it, something like this one over here, right? So now this is fine because we have just defined a complex term and we have provided a list as a input of that particular complex term here, right? So let's try to make it first. Make it. So now we do not have any error. Now how we will be accessing this list? So if I just say month list and pass a variable over here like x, and if I just run it, it will give me that particular list over here. Now you can loop through this list element, and whatever you want to do, you can do it over here as well. Okay, so this thing you need to remember. So whenever you will be basically storing a list in your knowledge base, or basically you will be creating a reusable list in Prolog, you will basically send that particular list as the input of that particular complex term over here. You need to basically store it as a complex term over here. Then you can access it something like this one here. Okay, so hopefully this video was helpful. See you in the next video.